There is a lot of science going on in the field of nutraceuticals, and there tends to be, in a large degree, I think, kind of a pharmaceutical mindset falling into nutritional categories where people are looking more of a this for that kind of relationship. Use this herb for this disease instead of this drug. And in actuality, I mean, the plants, what they do is really the healing comes not from that drug and or from that botanical. The healing comes from within. So what we want to do is actually initiate that healing response in the body. And the drug model, I think, is one I'm not very fond of, in that we see plants in the rainforest. I give you a whole list. Pedro maca, pata de vaca, they both lower blood sugar levels very dramatically. So obviously drug companies are interested in that. They take that and say, look, here's a plant that lowers blood sugar very dramatically. And they say, oh, wow, let's make a drug out of it. Well, why make anything out of it, right? Didn't I just say this thing lowers the blood sugar? You know, the idea is eat it. You know? And so they study that, but that doesn't fit their business model. And so they look at it, they break it down into 7 active components, and they run every active component, and none of them work. You know, it has to be the composite of the leaf, so that gets buried. But it's there, and it's available. Sangre de Drago, it's a Croton lecheri tree. Hit it with a machete, it bleeds as sap, just like blood. It's called dragon's blood. It's very, very antiviral. In fact, it kind of eliminates herpes virus over a period of days. So obviously that's a multi-billion-dollar drug category. So drug companies, there were several in this case, put together about $20 million to isolate the active compounds to make a herpes drug out of it. And the more they isolated it, the more toxic it became, until the point they had to just bury it. But they did a beautiful research on what the sap does. But they don't sell sap. But that's okay, because we don't sell drugs. You know, but you know, so yeah, there's a lot of science going on, and of course, to me, I mean, oftentimes, I mean, science doesn't equal truth. I mean, there's a lot of things happening in nature, in the you know, in the enzymatic process of plants that can't be necessarily duplicated. So yeah, and in response to your reference to plants that, signature plants. The rainforest is full of them. The Hargon is a bushmaster, very venomous snake in the Amazon. And you get bit by a bushmaster or Hargon, you've got, you know, maybe 45 minutes to 3 hours in most cases. Now, the remedy to that is a Hargon sacha. It's a plant, one stalk, grows out of the ground, has the exact same markings as a snake on it, and where it goes into the ground, it coils up like a snake. And so it's the root is the antidote for the Hargon bite. In another case, you have Chanca piedra. Chanca is a Quechua word, which means to shatter, and piedra means stone. So it's to shatter the stone. It's a little fern, and it's where the stem and the leaf, the appendage come together. There's a little ball hanging there, and it just looks like a little ball. It is, and it's infallible for stones, for kidney stones, for gallstones. And so, yeah, the rainforest is full of that. And of course, with the sacred geometry and translating that down to numbers, I mean, we see, of course, the sequence of numbers like 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. That's how the leaves show up on plants. That's why a 4-leaf clover is so rare. It comes in 3s, and it comes in 5s, and it comes in 8s, and it comes in 13s. And everywhere in nature, you see that.
Of the new world of nutraceuticals in the health world, I guess it's kind of like pharmaceuticals, but derived from plant bases mostly, that we get in the health food store. There seems to be a lot of sophisticated biochemistry behind that. I see patents on bioabsorb and all these kind of things. It seems that there might be an overlap of that and maybe modern alchemy, because there's a lot of chemistry stuff going on, so I'm curious about what the overlap might be. And then on the other end, I know esoteric quantum physicists that take a signature out of a plant or a substance and put it into water or clay, and then you take that substance, there's no chemical identification of it, but you get the response of it. And so we got the pure kind of quantum on the other side of that, and I wonder where the overlap maybe on alchemy on that end there is. And as far as all the esoteric stuff, in my own life, my own journey, I just sort of came up with, there's a real sacredness to life and to everything we have here, to every breath, the fact that we're here in this room at this very moment, and we somehow seem to forget that constantly. If we could somehow remember that this is a sacred experience, every breath is a magical sacred experience, and we could somehow remember that and share that, that would shift things for all of us.
Well,